What do 7 of the top 10 richest Americans have in common? Their wealth actually came from ownership of their company stock. Great fortunes have been made and lost by owning concentrated stock positions in your company's stock. So, should you really invest in your company's stock? And of course, the answer to that is it really depends. These programs give you really an opportunity to enjoy and participate in the growth of the company that you're working for and you're helping to build. So this can be great if the company is actually growing and doing well. However, if the company isn't doing so well, then you may want to invest elsewhere. So how can you really tell? So you can review the company's stock price against an index or like companies in your industry to see what the rate of return has been. That can kind of give you a benchmark to see how well the stock is performing. You do not want to get caught with losing stock, over time. So it's important to take a look at the rates of return. There are reports out there, even if your company is private. Just think about in New Jersey, I still hear stories about people who own Lucent and they were millionaires with Lucent stock. They held on to the stock as it kind of continued moving down and they never realized their fortune and that money just kind of evaporated. And then you have on the alternate side, you have, companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, where people there have become millionaires overnight when their stock has gone public. So if your company is really strong, then you need to take a look at what kind of stock purchase program your company has. What are they sponsoring? So following are 5 different ways companies enable staff to own stock in the company. Number 1 is an employee stock option plans. And these give the employees a right to buy the stock at a specified price within a finite period of time. They can be really lucrative if the price of stock spikes, and you're going to really only exercise these options if there is a profit. So there is an upside to take advantage of stock options, and a lot of people in companies that aren't public get these stock options to be exercised later when the company goes public. There's also restricted stock grants. And these give the employees the right to, again, buy stock or receive shares once certain criteria are attained. So maybe performance targets or working for a defined number of years. They can also go away and be forfeited if you don't meet performance goals or don't stay, obviously, for a certain amount of time or lose your job. So this is also a really good way to own stock in your company. And again, you need to make sure that when you're exercised or that the stock price is higher than what you have, or else it will be a losing proposition and you do not want to take advantage of it. So there's also stock appreciation rights. These are basically the stock price is linked to employee performance over a certain period of time. And the employee does well, obviously, when the stock goes up, and not so well when the price goes down. So generally, this can be either paid, it's either kind of like a cash or a company stock bonus that the employee would actually get at the end of this period of time. There's also phantom stock where there's no real stock that changes hands, but it is a cash bonus based on an event in the future there is an agreement for this for a defined number of shares. There's a contractual agreement, and usually there's no transfer of shares that happened, but you get cash. It can be converted to shares if there's a triggering event that occurs. Now, all these things are written out in the stock program that each company does have. So there's a written plan to follow these with. There's different nuances. There's also this employee stock purchase plan, which gives the employees the right to purchase company shares, usually at a discount. And usually this is a payroll by payroll period. So sometimes these are linked with 401k plans, and basically you're dollar cost averaging every payroll period into the stock, and then you grow your wealth that way in the company stock. So all these different 5 programs that we talked about give the employees the opportunity to share in the company's growth and success. And obviously exercising these options can be tricky, it can be complicated, and it's always tough. Sometimes you sell the stock and it goes up, or you buy the stock and it goes down. It's just a balancing act that really is never perfect. So it's really important that when you're looking at these stock options to consult with a financial advisor who understands these programs, and also with a tax professional who can discuss tax liability with you. Okay, so in future articles and blogs, videos, we'll be talking more about company stock programs and the complexities of those. And just remember that the price of company stock can be very volatile, and generally you don't want your whole financial plan to be dependent on your company stock. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, and we want to make sure that you're putting your right foot forward to do the best you can for your financial future. So if you need help planning or preparing with any of this, feel free to give us a call at 732-224-9900. Thank you very much.